All right, so I'm going to do some more example problems. Let's do number 27. Again, my three formulas here. Actually, we only did two. So we did simple interest, or what we called growth, exponential growth. And decay, because we did learn the minus sign. And then we did compound interest, right? Well, the formula for simple interest or exponential growth and decay was y equals the principal amount, or did we use a? We used principal. P, the initial amount, times 1. And whether if it was gross, we used a plus sign. If it was decay, we used a minus sign. And then the rate, I'm going to use R, they used I. And then that was raised to the T for how many years. So that was simple interest. And continuous, I'm going to put that continuous interest here. But I'm sorry, not continuous, compound interest. Compound interest was y equals my P, my initial amount, times 1 plus or minus, depending on whether it was growth or decay, increase or decrease. Then we had our rate, and we introduced a new variable, right? N. And that was raised to the N times T. Okay. And that N represented how many times per year? Number of times per year the interest was calculated. For instance, if it was compounded monthly, my N was 12. Was compounded annually, 1. Quarterly, 4. Okay. So we were using those two formulas to do all these problems. If you do not see the word compound, then you're going to, in fact, they actually put the formulas in there, so you didn't really have to decide which one to use. Okay? But if you don't put the formula in there, whenever you see the word compound, you have to use the more complicated formula. Okay? So let's look at 27. It says suppose you invest your $2,500. Now my $2,500 was my initial principal in an account paying 7.25%. That's my R interest, compounded annually. Now there's that word compounded again. That means my N equals 1, so we're going to have to use the more complicated here. Find the account balance after each. Now these are full years, so these are my T's. So here T equal 1. Here T equals 6. Here T equals 25. Quiet, please. Okay, so the first one, y equals, my T is 2,500. Now this is paying interest, so it's growing. So I'm going to have 1 plus my rate. Again, all we do is move that decimal place over twice. So my rate is going to be 0.0725. 0.0725 divided by my n. My n is 1 raised to the n, which is 1, times t, which is 1. We just plug all of that into a calculator. Hey, guys, quiet. So I have 2,500, 1 plus 0.0725 divided by 1 raised to the 1 times 1 is just 1. And I get 2680. Okay, B. This time my y equals, my t is 6. So everything stays the same except my t is 6 instead of 1. Y equals 2,500 times 1 plus 0.0725 over 1 raised to the n is 1 times 6. So let's plug that into the calculator. 2,500 times 1 plus 0.0725 divided by 1 raised to the 1 times 6. I get 3804.73. And then C, I have my T is 25, so everything stays the same. Hello. Pardon me? Yes, I do. All right. Incorrect, like number 32. We have y equals 1,000 times 0.5 to the x. All you have to do is just substitute in 5 for the x. Plug it in your calculator. So I got 1,000 times 0.5 raised to the 5 at 31.25. So these are relatively easy. I'm trying to find a simple interest one. Okay, 43. Tax revenue that a small city receives increases by 3.5% per year. In 1980, the city received 250 grand. So here's my P, my initial amount, right? Here's my rate. And the T's. Now be careful. We started in 1980. Okay, Now we're determining it for 1985. So what's my T? 1980 to 1985. 5 years. From 1980 to 96, 16. 1980 to 2006, 26. Okay, there's no word compounded, so we're going to use our simple interest formula. And it's an increase, so it's growth. P times 1 plus the rate raised to the T. Simple interest. So A, I have Y equals my P, which is 250,000, times 1 plus my rate, move the decimal over 2 places, 0.035, raised to the T, which is 5. Okay, so I have 250,000, 1 plus 0.035, raised to the 5th. I get 29, or actually 296,921. Now, I think yesterday I asked you guys, my calculator will actually copy the formula. I'm not sure that if yours will, but I'll try it. Go up here, use your arrow keys here, and go back and highlight that and hit your enter key. And it should copy the problem over again. Now I can go back and just change the T. This time my T is 16. And hit enter. And it gives me the value. Does your calculator do that? It'll save you an awful lot of time. And then the last one, my T is 26. So I'm going to go up here, copy it again. Instead of 16, I'm going to put 26. And I get 611,489.64. All right, you should have enough time to finish the even, especially if you started yesterday. I do have the answer keys up here if you want to check your answer. Any questions? All right, go to it then. If you have questions, come up and ask.